Hello, this is Miss Pat from Samuel's Public Library. Today in Science Scouts we're going to learn a little bit about clouds, and we're going to make our own cloud. So the story today is Cloudette, and this is by Tom Lichtenheld. Cloudette was a cloud, a very small cloud. She had lots of little friends. We have a kite, we have birds, we have squirrels. No matter how crowded it was, she could always find a good spot to watch fireworks. She could sneak through tight spaces, hide in small places, and she even had a special little space that always made her feel cozy at night. But once in a while, all the other clouds would run off to do something big and important. Come on, Claudette, join the cold front. We're going to make a huge storm. Yeah, we're going to water some crops and make some mighty rivers flow. No, thanks. I'll just watch from here, she'd say. Claudette would see them in the distance, doing all sorts of important cloud things. This made her want to do big and important things too. She wanted to make a garden grow. She wanted to make a brook babble. She wanted to make a waterfall fall. And she thought nothing would be more fun than giving some kids a day off from school. One night, Claudette laid awake, wondering what she could do that was big and important. She thought maybe she could work for the fire department. Sorry, we just got a brand new pumper truck. Or maybe they needed help down at the garden center. Sorry, these plants take tons of water. But nobody seemed to need her. Sorry, it's all done by machines. That's a car wash. Claudette was feeling blue. The next day, there was a big storm in Claudette's neighborhood. The sky got dark, the rain came down like cats and dogs, and the wind blew harder than she'd ever seen wind blow before. When the storm finally stopped, Claudette realized she'd been blown far from her neighborhood. She didn't know anyone here. So she tries talking. Are these clouds? She goes, hello, how are you? How you doing? They didn't seem eager to get to know her. But pretty soon she was making new friends and seeing things she had never seen before. Welcome to our neck of the woods, small fry. What a cute little cumulus. Have you seen our new pal? Barely. Then she heard something she had never heard before. Ribbit, ribbit. She looked down at what was supposed to be a pond, but was really just a puddle of mud. What happened to your pond, Froggy? It dried up, and now it's more like a puddle than a pond. This gave Claudette an idea. She held her breath until she started to puff up all over. Then she turned a nice blue-gray color. She kept growing until it looked like she was ready to burst. She shook her behind until it made a little rumbling sound. Not quite what you would call thunder, but enough to let people know that they might want to grab an umbrella. Then she did what she had wanted to do for ages. She let it pour. And Cloudette rained on that little puddle until it grew into a big puddle. And she kept on raining until that big puddle grew into a perfect pond. As soon as she stopped, frogs of every stripe and spot came jumping into the pond. They all let out a big thank you in unison. Ribbit! Claudette was exhausted but happy. Even the higher-ups were impressed, which got her thinking. Right, so this one's going, nice work, Cloudy. Yeah, way to water. Prodigious precipitation, Pipsqueak. That was some righteous rain. We knew you had it in you. So what do you think she's thinking about? I'll bet there are other big and important things that a little cloud can do. And off she went. She found something else to do. And she's making a little rainfall for those guys to go swimming. Okay, so she had to hold up her breath to build up pressure. So what we're going to do, though, is talk about what else clouds need. All right, and what they need three things. All right, so clouds are formed. I think you all know clouds are formed from water, right? That's why it rains whenever we get those kind of clouds. But it has to be warm to evaporate, and then it has to meet cool dust. And when it meets the dust in the air and it gets cool, it condenses, okay? And then it turns into clouds, kind of like these ones that are here, okay? So first it has to be warm, and the water will evaporate. It goes up, it hits all the dirt and dust in the air. Sometimes you can see that through the window. You can see the dust in the sunlight, right? And then it hits the cold air, because the higher up you go, the colder it gets. And now it starts forming clouds. So, right, so we got water vapor. These little dark things here are dust. The water vapor is going to stick to the dust. And the more that sticks to the dust, you're going to end up with a big droplet. Lots of droplets are going to make those clouds. And what happens when it gets too heavy in those clouds? We all know, right? It starts raining. All right. Now these are all different types of clouds. All right, Claudette was down here. She was like a cumulus cloud. Sometimes you'll see these ones that look like blankets. Those are stratus. Those ones that are wispy, those are cirrus. Now these are the ones that probably scare a lot of you. Okay, so when these cumulus clouds start building, and look at how tall this one is. Okay, these are going to be your thunder clouds and your lightning. Okay, they're going to be your rain clouds because they're big and gray. They're not these fluffy white ones like Claudette was. Okay, Claudette was a nice little white puffball, kind of like a cotton ball. But these ones, okay, these ones are going to be gray because they're really, really heavy. And the warm air is pushing them up and pushing them up and pushing them up until they're really tall clouds. Well, that's a lot of clouds. That's a lot of water in those clouds. And they're going to be thunder and lightning and all kinds of rain with that kind of cloud. Okay, now the kind of cloud we're going to make today isn't going to rain. You come in, you ask for a science kit for clouds, okay, and you're going to get a water bottle. All right, mine's been used a couple of times here. They've all been washed, they've all been cleaned, but I've already done this experiment, which is why mine looks bad. You will also have a sticker on it. Mine doesn't have the sticker, but you'll have a sticker on it because I don't want you to drink this, and it's going to be taped, and it's going to say do not drink, because what's in here is not water, okay? There was a little bit of water in here, but now there's rubbing alcohol in here, and the rubbing alcohol is going to provide some of the water. It's also going to provide some of the dust because that's what makes it not water. Don't drink it. This is not good for you, okay? But there's stuff in rubbing alcohol that's going to provide the dust. Now, if you remember, they said that she had to hold her breath. That's because it's building up the pressure. So what you're going to do, make sure these are all tight, and yours will be tight. We're going to start twisting it, okay? And we're twisting it, and we're twisting it, and you can kind of see, right? I've twisted, and this is going to get really, now, let's see, I'm going to hold it up here by the black books so that maybe you can see it a little bit better, okay? And there, when you let go, you're going to have a cloud inside your bottle, okay? Because we built up the pressure like her holding her breath, and then she let loose. Now, if we do it again, we start building the pressure so you got clear. So we change the pressure, okay? Now, you're only going to be able to do that so many times because your bottle's going to kind of damage here, right? But there's your cloud. And that's because of the water, the pressure, okay? It's cooled off already in here, and it's got dust in here. But that's why I don't want you guys drinking this stuff, okay? So you're going to get to make your own cloud. So you do need the pressure. Down here, okay, we kind of have warm air, but as we go up, it's going to be cooler, and we're going to have different, right? There's going to be a change in pressure, okay? High pressure, low pressure. So we do need to change the pressure, and that's what this is doing, okay? We changed the pressure, we got the water, we got the dust, right? And we'll end up with our cloud. So come in, ask for Science Scout Kit for clouds, and we'll give you one of those bottles so you guys can try it, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you next week. Bye.